It's called My Spiritual. I wrote it in 2010. Oh Lord, lift me up high above the light, above the sky. Relieve me from my fears and woes. Relieve me from the world I know. I hope because I bleed. I bleed because I hurt. This time is not my time. This earth is not my earth. And when I pass away, Lord, lead me by your eyes. The clouds may have disappeared, but it's still bright. Oh Lord, lift me up high, above the light, above the sky. Relieve me from my fears and woes. Relieve me from the world I know. I hurt because I bleed. I bleed because I hurt. This time is not my time. This earth is not my earth. And when I pass away, Lord, lead me by your ways. The clouds may have disappeared, but it's still bright. I'm gonna show you something. My name's Colleen, and I've been on this whole hologram, hologram, weird ascension thing with my best friend, who I haven't seen for a while because they were gang stalking both of us and tried to break us up, tried to steal my identity, ruined a lot of my videos, but hopefully no more. Hopefully he's okay. And I just want to say that they have altered my videos and his before. He's actually a good person deep down inside, and he deserves all of the greatness. And he's a really great friend. He's a great musician, a great singer. He's getting better and better. So I really hope that my roommate is okay, because I care about him, and I want you to know that you were a great friend. So thank you for being there while you work. I haven't seen him since like March or April, and now it's June, and I just I don't know what to do when there's abusive authority figures out there. You know, it can be really hard when places that you go to, you know, like daycares or hospitals, take advantage of you while you're there. You know, so I just want to make sure that, you know, people out there are getting the treatment that they need, you know, and they're okay. That everybody's gonna be okay. Deep down inside, some way. It's been really hard. Like, I've been separated from my friends, and I've been hacked into, so I haven't been able to get into all of my accounts. So, I'm not exactly sure, like, if my friends are entirely okay or not. And if, like, it's the whole world that's going through change, or if it's just me and my roommate who has been going through change. I just hope in the end that everybody's okay. And it doesn't matter, to me at least, it doesn't matter what God you pray to or whatever, even if you pray to God at all. It just matters that you have some sort of higher power, to be your oversoul or higher self or something. Some sort of sense of good, of the good, just of ethics, you know, in general. Like, what would ethics do, you know? Like, just think about ethics in general. Like, how can we all get along with each other, you know? How can we all get along? How can we all care about each other? How can we all show each other that we love each other, you know? And not like romantically. We're not all meant to be with each other romantically, you know? Just how can we stick up for each other? How can I stick up for myself? How can I learn to trust authority figures, or are there any authority figures that I can actually report things to? You know, like, I mean, I don't want to start this whole, like, New World Order thing. Like, there's been some, you know, conspiracies about that. But, like, I'm just saying, like, if I've been, like, attacked and stolen from in all these different places, and I've had to flee, you know, while I'm being attacked, like, they say that you cannot report something, generally speaking, like, you can't just call the police anytime and report something. You know, you have to report it per that area, is what they said. And it's just hard for me to, like, why can't I just make one report with one police officer about everything that happened? And, like, a lot of places won't even, like, when I call them, they won't even let me report it, like, if they come out. They only let me report it, like, in a station. So, and they say every place that I've ever been stolen from, I have to report it there. And it's just hard for me, like, you know, fleeing from gang sucking and, like, this crazy world that we've been in recently, you know? Like, how do you report things? Like, if you have to go back to the place that you're fleeing from. There's community violence everywhere. Like, what if it's the hospitals? Like, I was raped at a hospital. What if it's these authority figures, our parents, you know, that set us up for these things? Like, medicine and stuff. Like, I was raped at a hospital, and I reported it. I was just like, hey, can I just have a rape test? And they won't let me take one. And, like, ever since then, I've been kind of fleeing. So I'm saying, like, there has to be some sort of something, you know, some sort of authority figures that we can actually trust, that we can report things to anywhere, you know, not just because, like, they won't let you call the police at the hospitals, you know. I have called the police at the hospitals, and they shot me. Like, when I did, they shot me with, I don't know what they shot me with. They gave me some sort of shot. Like, every time I spoke up, they gave me some sort of shot. You know, like, I've been shot, like, emergency meds a couple times when I spoke up about my rights and other people's rights. Like, they're violating rights nonstop. We still have rights. This is still America. We still have rights. And, like, we should be able to, like, I mean, just as people, we have rights, you know. We should all be able to stand up for ourselves without, we should be able to have the right to protest, too, without some government or whatever, like, shutting us all down. It's not fair, you know. It's just not fair for people to take away our freedom of speech and our right to protest. What I don't like about freedom of speech is when people use their freedom of speech to hurt other people, you know. When they use our freedom of speech, when we use our freedom of speech to take away other people's rights, like harassment, that's not included in the freedom of speech. Going around harassing me and threatening me, that's not included in the freedom of speech. So there has to be some sort of solution where we can still all be taken care of, but, you know, just because it's free doesn't mean we're free. Well, we need to start making ourselves make sure that, like, we're free, you know. Freedom matters. Our freedom matters. And we take it for granted as Americans. I know I took it for granted. Like, I was definitely, like, as a kid, I was a Republican because that's what my family was, you know. And then as I grew up, I became Democratic because I wanted equal rights for everybody. But then as I saw that, like, that I was being the victim, like, being made to be the victim, just so I would go through the system to create more money for our government, you know, like, I don't like that either, you know. Like, why should I take medicine when I don't need it, and like, you know, why should be, like, I'm not gonna stop taking pills because people are mean, you know. It's not your fault that people are mean. If people are gang stalking you or bullying you or putting you down, it's not your fault. So stop being the designated patient. I was the designated patient my whole life. Stop, like, dear innocent children of God or information or energy or whatever we are, you know, of the oneness, of the source, of the Brahman, of the Tao. The Tao is the Tao that can't be named. The God is the God that can't be named. You know, the way is the ways that can't be named. Just, dear children, we are all children. We have all been children at one point, maybe, right? Unless we're just simulated people. But like, for the most part, we've been children at one point, and we need to just like realize that the children's lives matter. You know, children's lives matter, and we need to just do what we can to help them to stay innocent. We all need to stay innocent. And instead of like this whole honor your mother and father, yes, it's important to honor your mother and father, but if they're abusing you, no, that's not okay. Like, it's not okay for your parents to say honor your mother and father while they're abusing you, you know, or for your authority, honor your authority if they're abusing you, you know. We need to come together so that that we honor each other. Everyone honor each other. Everyone respect each other. You know, everyone work together. Like, we're all important on some level. You know, like, we just gotta learn that it's important to be kind to each other too. It's important to be loving and caring, and you know, there's just different things. Like, sometimes it is important to just stay quiet and just be calm and take no. But like, other times it's not. Other times we really need to speak up for people. You know, speak up for people's rights, because it's important that nobody gets hurt. And there needs to be a good communication, because some people may think that like I'm the one who's like causing all this havoc when it's not me, or that other people are, or whatever. There's just too many conspiracy theories. It's called open communication. We all need to be openly communicating with each other. Let's just have, like, what I would really love is a mass forgiveness party. Like, ultimately, if we could all just stop hurting each other. At the same time, people are still, have been trying to steal my identity and stuff. At least they're not as bad. I think they're giving me a little more time. But, we need to make sure that nobody hurts us anymore, like steals from us anymore, you know? Our lives are our lives, and it's not up for other people to take our lives from us. The things we wrote, you know, the things we sung, like, the things that we created on our own, like, we need to take credit for that and stop giving other people credit for the things that we created ourselves, you know? I used to think that God was the only writer, and maybe ultimately that energy force, that source energy, that life energy within us, the Holy Spirit within us is what is the creation. But we can't just keep on like giving credit to other beings for the things that we dream of at night, or the things that we write. Like, this book is mine. I wrote this. These are all songs. Every single one is a song with a melody. You know, and it's great. Some of them are better than others. But that's just one volume of songs, you know, and I have lots of screenplays. And I got 4.0 in school, you know, at some point, like in master's. In undergrad, I graduated 3.82, 3.83. So it's just like, but then still, you know, like, here I am. I'm actually homeless right now because I'm fleeing from gang stalking, fleeing from people trying to steal my identity and my songs and stuff, and like my screenplays and my screenplay titles and just all my ideas. It's not okay, you know, for people to steal from me, and it's not okay for people to steal from you too. So we need to have some sort of, oh, and also this whole like, if we did have the Venus Project or any type of resource-based and technology-based society, it is not okay to take from people what they already own. I'm just letting you know, like, if we're gonna come together, right, and like pool in energy and ideas and like help each other, like create a new society where things are more like equally distributed, you know, it doesn't mean that we should just, it doesn't mean the things that we worked for that we should give to other people. There are still so many resources. Like, they're taking like trash and like there's so much that we can do with just like a junkyard. You know, there's so many like great things that are like already like was like things that can be recycled in junkyards, right? Or like metals, or things that can be like reupholstered, or just we forget that whole reuse, reduce, recycle thing. You can reuse something over and over again, like, and it would be great if we had like these boxes at each restaurant, you know, instead of like takeout boxes. If we had like metal or wooden boxes for these restaurants that we go to for like to go, so we wouldn't have to use paper or styrofoam, you know, things like that, like just simple fixes like that. Or like milk bottles, if they were glass again, or like a special glass that didn't break. I guess they started making things more plastic, so but if it was BPA plastic, or, you know, just things where we can, like, I don't drink milk, but you know what I mean? Like things that we can take to places and have them reuse them and cleanse them and sterilize them, and just like, it really isn't dirty to like wash a plate over and over again, right? That doesn't mean that, you know, or to reuse the same bottle over and over again. They sterilize those things. So it's just important that for me, at least, I feel it's important to have a zero waste society. Because, like, look, this, I'm telling you right now, this right here is not my mess. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. This right here is not my mess. This is what happens when you don't have trash cans or recycling bins everywhere, you know? It's what, I mean, I didn't create that, but I found this place right here, and they've been nice to let me stay here for a couple days, you know? So what I'm gonna do is try and clean up this trash right here. Since they've been nice to let me stay here, I should probably, well, I don't have gloves, but mind over matter. Now, there's also just a lot of stuff like mind over matter is very important, you know, because the active observation creates the measurement. So, I don't want to say like eat poison or anything. I just mean like definitely your mind is more powerful than you realize. So just try not to fall for too much propaganda that's out there, and yeah, just, you know, really work on thinking more positive or optimistic thoughts. Think more optimistic thoughts. And as we pull into this new age of Aquarius and this heaven-like dimension, let's just try and work together so that everything works out for everyone, so that we can heal everyone, you know. Okay, sorry, that was a song and like a little rant. I'm a better writer than speaker.